Hey guys, Chris, Ironhead Garage. Well, I figure I better come on here and make a video. Haven't made one in a while. Man, it was one cold ass winter this year up this way in the Pacific Northwest, but been messing around in the shop. I've done a little bit here and there in the cold. I think it's about 40 degrees today. Still freezing at night, but got to come over here and get some stuff done. So, you guys remember I was going to C-notch this frame. A couple of the last videos I talked about it. I bought this C-notch kit, this plate. And it came with this guy here. And it's only going to give you about 1.25 inches. And you remember, my frame, or my axle tube is about 1/2 inch from my frame. So I thought, man, I could do better than that. So I went and bought a piece of Schedule 80 pipe. I believe it's Schedule 80, 1/4 inch thick. I cut it in half. The width of the frame. There's the lines. I was going to have it hang down a little bit. But even doing that, I was only going to have about 2 inches. So about 2.5 inches of travel, if that. That ain't too bad. Would have wanted to bottom out. Could, especially hauling a big block home someday in this old girl. But the top of the frame would only be 1 3/8. Well, 1/4 inch more. So 1 5/8, I believe. So still, it's like half of the frame gone, which is not very good. So I thought, well, I'll build a backbone piece. This piece here I cut, you can see it. It's got a nice curve on it, sits on the top of the frame. This would be the bottom of my wood that I'd put in there, and this would come up to the bottom of the wood. I even made a piece of 3/8 stock in there. 3/8 steel I was going to weld in there. Cut it with my Sawzall. Look at that cut. Not bad for a Sawzall. So I was going to weld that up inside there, and then put that on my frame. Like so. And have it a backbone. But still, that's like 5/8. So it'd still only be back to half the frame. 2.25 inches thick. A lot of guys do that. They'll say, oh, I'm going to put a radical motor in it, and I'm going to even pull a trailer, but I'm cutting half my frame. Well, those frames are arched for a reason, not just for the rear end, and that's for strength. That arch in that frame is a lot stronger than just being flat, you know, like a bridge has an arch. So, do all this work and have my frame weak and have a chance of the axle tube bottoming out in there. We ain't going that way. So, what I want to do one day is to airbag this truck. So, instead of a C-notch, I'm going to build a step notch. That's that pattern there. And that tube in the notch right there, the inside of that tube is simulated outside diameter of axle tube, and that's 8 inches to the top of there. Looks like that pattern's tapered looking, but it's not. Maybe just because that angle's on there, but that's 4 inches all the way around. This one looks thicker than this leg on this side. Something weird with the camera. But, so that's 8 inches from the top of the axle tube to the inside of that pipe. So if I ever airbag it, I need 7.5. My cab is from sitting on the ground. So it'll lay the rockers right on the ground in the back, and I'd have to airbag the upright arms, you know, the front end. But I can do that in time. So I'm going to go this way. Got to go big or go home. So I'm going to go home. No, I'm going big. So we're going to do that. We're going to C-notch it. I mean, step notch it. So those colder than hell days were around. I did actually come out here and I cut these pieces out of 2x4 box metal, 3/16 thick. I used that pattern. I took it apart and I cut all these, and I got a nice bevel on them so I can weld them up. So I need to clamp them down on something super flat and then tack them in 4 spots. And then on the inside of the outside of the box, I'll put gusset plates on here just for a little more security. And then on the inside of the box, I got this square pipe here, 1.25 inches, 1/8 inch thick. So those will be my center supports. That'll be like that. I'll put one there in between the step notches, and then I'll put one there, and then I can run shocks off of them in the future or whatever. I think I can use my regular shock mounts now, but that's the plan. I'm gonna do that, get that old girl maybe sitting right in the grass one day on the rockers. Yeah, that'd be cool looking. So it's got a plan for the future, and I think I'm gonna do that. I love this old truck. And I've been working on the front end a little bit, trying to get everything lined up. See, I got some of the stainless on there. I had to modify a bunch of these brackets that hold all this stuff on here, because the top of my radiator support is at the right height and at the right distance from the cowl, but the bottom is tilted out about a inch or so because my steering box, you see right there, a better view right there, it's about an 1/8 inch away. So that was the closest I could go. So I modified these brackets here, and I had to modify these brackets here. They had to go in, and those there had to go in. First, none of this stuff would bolt up, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And I said, oh yeah, I remember now. So I got all them modified up. Everything's bolted up pretty good. There's where I had to weld that fender back together. It was all broken there. So I got to put a little bit of paint on that. But yeah, I got my headlight buckets all painted up. My bumper brackets. Some screws. I got my trim rings. All good. I got new seals for my marker lights. New screw kits, bolt kits. Put some of that rust stuff in my bumper, and some on my brackets there, my bed brackets. Oh yeah, I even mounted my overflow tank there. Out of the way of the fan. Made this little bracket out of a piece of angle. Maybe you can see it here. There it is. Put some speed holes in it. Made her a little bit lighter, so she's nice and stout now. Then I can put some fluid in there. So the radiator's all good now. I still need to paint my fan on there, but my fender's got to come off one more time. I got to drill the holes here for my emblems. I can see them on the back side. I should have done it already, but I knew they would have to come off. I can see where the putty is, or they welded it or something, so I can poke those holes right back through. And I got to massage these fender lips in here. I think I'm going to cut it here and cut it there and roll that in. It's about probably a good 1.25 inches thick right here. So you won't see none of it, just like I'm going to do on the back. Only way you'll be able to see it if somebody sticks their fat head up under there. But yeah, pretty cool. So, just coming along. Still getting pretty cold at night, but been trying to come over here and do a little bit here and there. I figure I better make a video. Ain't made one in a while. Tell you guys I'm still alive, and I'm still addicted to these old hot rods. It's a good addiction to have. So yeah, I sure appreciate you guys watching. And next time you come back, there's the old Model A. Yeah, I've been dusting on her. Got her battery charged up. Probably next time it's sunny outside, I'm going to take her for a burn. Still got the 55 locked up behind that door in there. Just too much salt on the road for that old girl to come out. Bones, Yeah, he made it through the winter. He ain't looking too good. But again, we appreciate you guys. The next sunny day, I'm going to open up that door, get that big old Miller welder out, and burn them guys together there. Then slip them down in the frame. I'll notch that frame and slip that step notch in there. Then I'll have plenty of clearance. Won't have to worry about it. Axle tube hitting or having a weak frame like this guy here. Yeah, not a good idea to do that. Even with those kits you buy. Yeah, there ain't no guarantee them to be strong. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. You guys take care. Stay warm out there. Spring's on the way.